Hi guys, we are mourning, and so I just thought, I can't afford to go to Bondo, and our leader is dead. Yeah, Raila. Not just when I say our leader, I don't mean our new leader. I mean our statesman and our leader in Kenya has been has been lying in state for the last how many days? I don't even know whether that's the right word. Guys, whatever I say during this recording, forgive me if I use the wrong word, the wrong English. I'm not in the best of composure. And so I thought, what can I do? Because I'm just there, seated there, watching. My heart is heavy. I'm one of those people who take really long to get into mourning. I remember when my mother passed on that morning when I received the news of her death. It, I was like, how do I get people? Where do I get my brothers and sisters? Uh, how do we just plan to go home? For me, I'm that kind of planner. Like called all of them, guys, come to my place. We are leaving at this time. Make sure you're here by 11 and stuff like that. I'm one of those people who, if such a thing happens, I will not start mourning immediately. I mourn slowly with time. By the time I wail is when it hits me like truly this has happened. When I received the news of Raila Odinga, like all Kenyans, I think it didn't really hit me, to be honest. It didn't really hit me. I was just reading the news like anyone reading it, just wondering, hey, what next? What will happen? Asking those stupid, silly questions. But then on Thursday, my mood changed. It's those things that happen to you and you don't realize it. My mood changed. I was just tired, sad, exhausted. I wasn't even like talking. I was actually like, I went to work, but I couldn't. I couldn't even function. So, uh, things were hard. It's like you feel there's something wrong, but there's nothing wrong. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing this black. Um, it's a black morning gown or a night gown, whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm going to do this today and tomorrow. I'm going to dress up. So, by the way, I'm going to dress up these 2 days, today and tomorrow, because I can't go there. As Luos, when funeral happens, one thing we dress up, we cook, we welcome visitors, we eat. Because you've seen the way we mourn, we have to eat and we have to welcome our visitors. But because I can't afford to go there, I'm going to wake up, dress up, dress up in black. Yeah, for these 2 days, I'm going to dress up in black to mourn our national hero. So I'm not going anywhere. I am just dressing up in black to mourn Raila Amollo Odinga. So one, morning takes me time to absorb things, time to alert my system that this has happened, and it can take me 2 days or 3 days, and each day becomes hard. Today I woke up and I'm like, really, Zippy, what's really happening to you? I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling lazy. I'm feeling numb. There's just something. I never met Raila in my entire life, to be honest. I never met him one on one, but we cannot pretend we didn't really see the magic that this man did with our lives in this country. I completed my bachelor's. I graduated in 2005 with my bachelor's at Masini University. And I remember that is the same year. From around 2004, there was this issue of referendum. For some of us who that was going to be like our very first time to vote, we voted for the referendum. Like the referendum is the first time I voted in my life, not not elections, guys. I voted referendum first time as a voter. In 2005, I was how old? 20. I was 22. Yes. So I was graduating and I was excited, but there was this referendum. I was like, we have to vote for the new referendum and all that kind of stuff. So we registered as voters and we voted for the referendum. I was in Nairobi already at that time. But the one thing is, it was very clear to us that this thing was being done by Raila Amolo Odinga. That one was without a doubt. We all knew that Raila Amolo Odinga was the person behind that. And guys, that is what led to the new constitution that we now ended up having in 2010. Of course, after the referendum, all of you know what happened. We went into 2000 elections. I'm not a politician, so guys, I'm not very good with dates, and I've always told people I'm not a politician. I don't do politics, but this is not about politics. This is about celebrating Raila. Raila helped us get the new constitution. And as a creative, we may not really understand the depth of this. I'm speaking as a creative, not as a politician. This is the new constitution that gave us freedom of expression. Guys, freedom of expression is the reason why we can go to social media and write all the bullshit we want without anyone censoring us. Freedom of expression is the reason no one can censor our images, our thoughts. And you hear that Kenyans on Twitter are the harshest in the world because we have the freedom of expression, something that other people in the world do not have. We have that because Raila Amollo Odinga decided to champion the referendum that led to the new constitution. These are things we take lightly. We have got digital, we went from analog to the digital media. Why? Because of freedom of expression. Nowadays, you can just decide to start your online TV. Kitambo, that was not possible. You had to go through, what did they call it? Communications authority, whether they decided to give you channels or not. Nowadays, all you just need to have is a YouTube channel, and you are having your own online TV. Guys, do you know what that means as a creative? Raila championed that. Our parliament gave us that because Raila said we must have this for our people. Right now, we are enjoying that. As creatives, we can create content. We can put anything on YouTube and get money out of it. TikTok is on another level. Facebook, people are monetizing because as a country, we are not censored. Raila helped us get that. And if as a creative, we do not see it that way, we are thinking that this is about uh, a tribal thing, there's something we are not getting right. I'm not talking to the whole nation. I'm just talking to the young creatives, people I work with every day, to understand the depth of what's going on. Just the other day, the president signed the cyberbullying, which is a good act, of course. I mean, it's something good, but we have not read it. We don't know to what extent that policy, that bill is. To what extent is it going to be censoring us? We do not know that because we have not read it. We were mourning, we were in the middle of everything. I am also yet to read the details of it, but I totally hope that it is not going to censor our freedom of expression. Although, of course, as creatives, you also need to understand that your freedom of expression is a human right, and your rights end where the other person's begin. So, of course, you cannot just say it's my right to say this, my right to say that. If it is hurting someone, causing defamation, of course, it's going to be wrong. But anyway, today I'm not going to talk about that. Today I'm here to talk about look at what Raila did to us. Raila gave us freedom to create, freedom to work. He gave us the freedom to be able to share our thoughts without fear that what I say is going to make me be jailed, without fear that I have to seek permission for what I create, without fear. Like there's just so much we cannot tell. Like we need to understand the depth of this. I'll not talk about the other bills. I'm going to talk just about this freedom of expression that for me as a creative, I totally enjoy. So when I see this man being honored like he is, somebody in my home country, in my home county, not country, in my home county, in my hometown in Homa Bay, can be able to create content and make money out of it. That is something. That is freedom of expression. That is the 2010 constitution that Raila helped us champion for. That he led us to understand. He read it for us. He made us understand every act that was written in that constitution, bit by bit. And that is something we should not disrespect. That is something we should not ignore. This is not about tribe. This is about leaders who matter. If you see the president is doing that, which is doing to bury Raila as a real statesman, it's because even he, the president, is enjoying those benefits. So who are you to pretend like it doesn't matter? This is not about tribe. This is about understanding the value that each of us brings. He may never have won the kind of awards we really wanted, but I mean, this is a Nobel Peace Prize winner in our eyes. Grief is slow and is painful, but grief means we also acknowledge what somebody has brought into our lives, the contribution. So, because of Raila, because I can't go to Bondo, I am going to sit here, dress up, and watch everything as if I were there. I'm going to wear my makeup, wear black. I am going to wear my wig, dress up nice today and tomorrow, and be there with those people who are in Kisumu, who are in Bondo, and feel this moment like I am there, because were it not for the 2010 constitution that Raila Amollo Odinga helped us champion for, as a creative, I wouldn't be having all these followers. I wouldn't be having the authority to make the much money that I am making on YouTube, because my country could have censored it. You saw what happened during the Cap 222 Act. I was actually part of that Cap 222 Act review team. There was a lot of censorship, and we had to sit down and review all that and say, where does our right end? How do we allow creatives to create without being censored on everything? And we reviewed it. And you know what? It is because the 2010 Constitution gave us that authority to do that. So if you are there on Facebook, yeah, you are on Facebook and you are pretending like what? Like you do not feel anything for this, guys. You are on Facebook and able to write any kind of bullshit because Raila fought for that. Because Raila helped us and pushed the 2005 referendum that allowed us to have the 2010 constitution that is giving you the kind of freedom that's making you have that big head. Yeah. It is important as people to just sit back sometimes in humility and reflect, how did we get here? Because when corruption happens, we are blaming everyone, left, right, center. But when good things happen, why can't we just appreciate the people who made it happen? Why can't you appreciate the people who made it happen? Oh, all you're seeing is, oh, the Luos, Western people, Luyas, Kambas, these people are loving Raila. Why? Ask yourself, why? But then there's nothing like kingpin. Let me just say, I am not a politician. I will repeat that 1,000 times. I'm not a politician, but I don't believe in things like, oh, kingpin, nini, oh. Raila was Baba. Of course, no one will ever replace him. I'm not a political sycophant, by the way. I only speak for what it is. I mean, if anyone does something good, I am a teacher. Simple. If anyone does something good, I'll always say that is good. If anyone does something that's not worth it, I'll always say it's not worth it. I mean, there are things that I did not like Raila about, and there are things that but of course, the things I liked about him outweigh the things that I didn't like about him. But I mean, right now, in my culture, when someone is dying, we only talk about good things. So I'll not talk about the things I didn't like about him. I will only talk about the things that he did good, because actually the good things he did are 80%. And there was a time I used to ask, who is he leaving for us? Who is he mentoring? Guys, yesterday I saw Winnie talk and I was like, shit, girl, you are the one. I watched Winnie Odinga speak and I was like, you are the one. Guys, I don't mean that she's going to be the next president. No, 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 no. Uhuru Kenyatta took 33 years before he became the president of Kenya after his father's death. The father died in 1978. When did Uhuru become president? When did Uhuru become president? Yeah, 2013. So the thing is this, the time will come. The future is a woman, and I'm so proud. I saw that girl and was like, damn, what a time to be alive. I felt that energy, I felt something. It is not going to happen in 2027, no. Not in 2032, no. Let ODM decide whether they're going to appoint in those 2 terms. I don't know. But what I know, who got 2037, 2042? I mean, Win is just, she's 33 or 34 years. I don't know, something like that. So imagine if you gave her 20 years, she'll just be 54. So the next 3, 4 elections, who cares? But that third, fourth one, let's give this girl a chance. ODM saizi mwamue. Me, I'm not a politician. I'm not going to give names. But I'm speaking for women. for women voices. I am proud of what this woman has become. This girl made me proud yesterday. I have never listened to her speak, by the way. And I was like, you hold the crown, you carry the crown, and it is not for now. For now is to build that legacy. For now is to build the skill, the skin that you need. But in 15, 20 years' time, when my children will be grown enough to vote, the world will be a woman. And Winnie Odinga is going to be there. Yes, you'll say, oh, there's the lineage thing. We don't want to have it. Guys, there are things there are things you better just be ready for. There are things that run in the blood, even in traditional African. In the traditional African, there's the spirit. The spirit of your lineage follows you. If yours was a spirit of leaders, of craftsmen or singers, the spirit forced to follow somebody in the family. And that's so. Why are we like, oh, it can't happen, don't happen? Guys, it will happen because one, the world over right now, the future is turning into a woman. By the way, as a feminist, the world started becoming by being woman. Then men brought patriarchy so that they can do what? So that they can be able to have power. And you'll realize no matter what men say or what they do, they always still depend on women to run the system. But right now, women are taking back the power that they had been sidelined and brainwashed about. And I can't wait to see Winnie hold that in the next 15, 20 years, being right there at the top. Yeah, so I'm hearing some people like, oh, let her leave Iala to East Africa Legislative, what, to come to. No, she stays there, she finishes her term. She has to work through up the ladder, and she's gonna do it. Yeah, she's gonna do it. And you think Raila was a fool to be able to be working with her all throughout? Ah. So right now, ODM should just decide who they are going to be lifting for the next post, or whether it's going to be the same party. That one is none of our business. Okay, that is none of my business. Let me not speak further. That is none of my business. I'm not a politician. I didn't do political science. I don't even understand politics. I understand leadership. The one thing I also love about Raila, to be honest, I was part of the Miss President team, and okay, let me give myself the credit. I said, let's give people credit where it's due. I was the top judge in the Miss President TV reality show where we said, what is, what if we had a first female president in Kenya? That was the issue. And we trained a lot of women on leadership. Do you know how many women went into parliament or even the county assembly through ODM? Some of them through nominations, some of them through elections after coming from the Miss President show. That should tell you something about nurturing. It is not just about saying Baba is the one who's nurturing. It's about the team around Baba trying to mentor and nurture these young women leaders into power. And so that's the other reason that we can look at and say they did something. A lot of women have gotten their voices. They have gotten their voices into that power. Yes, to be able, now we can say, damn, she did it. Damn, he did it. Look at that. We can see Baba recognized those girls from Miss President 1 and Miss President 2. Baba recognized those people and gave them a chance, either in the county assembly or the national assembly. I mean, I won't give names. Like I said, I'm not going to give names because I'm not a politician. But anyway, why am I talking like this? I'm talking because I'm grieving. I am grieving Baba because but I always do my makeup in 10 minutes. Today it's a bit slow. I told you I'm going nowhere. I'm just here trying to look nice. You know, grief is very personal. Grief is a very personal thing. Yeah, when I lost my mother, we buried her within 7 days, by the way, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, why are you burying her within 7 days? That's too close." But we're like, all her 7 children are here. Her husband is here. All her sisters are here. Who are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? So yes, 3 days might be very short according to Raila's demands, which of course we've already extended it. It's no longer 3 days. It's now after 5 days. Of course, we are saying it's 3 days in Kenya, like we brought him to the country on Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday, then we're burning him on Sunday, but still. The thing is, who are we waiting for? The wife is there. Ida, my deepest condolences. You have made us proud. You did well. You did well with Baba. Yeah. But it is never too soon to bury someone you love, because Ida is not going to be able to grieve until Raila is laid to rest. That's when she'll start mourning. Right now, the country is mourning left, right, center. But for her, she's only going to start mourning the husband after he is buried, because that's the only time she's going to find herself alone with her children and close family members and friends. And then she will weep for her husband. And people don't understand that the longer we wait, the harder it is for the family to start mourning. It's let us allow Ida to bury the husband the way she wants, and let us also allow people to mourn the way they want, the way they know best, the way they understand. As a Migogo right now, if this was happening in my home, Migogo means a woman of marriageable age. Could be married or single, but a woman of marriageable age. Right now, in the Dinga family, the only thing that could be happening is you sit there, you welcome visitors, you help serve them left, right, center, you know. We may not be able to do that because, I mean, we can't even afford a flight there. We can't even get vehicles to reach that destination. Who are we? But the thing is, we can mourn him in our own way. Like me, I have decided I am doing my makeup and sitting in my house and watching TV looking good like I was there. That is what I have decided to do. What are you doing about it? You know, or your work is just to bash people online. Everyone is mourning their way. There's someone who's mourning because grief, people understand grief differently. There's someone who's mourning by going to work. Because let me tell you, there are people who don't like people seeing their tears. So they are going to work because if they don't go to work, they may not have anyone to feed them, to feed their children. So they have to go to work, whether it is just a casual job or anything, but everybody depends on them. Let's allow them to mourn at night. However, even if we are working, we have to respect the mourners. We have to respect those who are mourning. We should not make anyone at any point, even when your enemy loses their mother or their father, it is just human to say sorry. Whether you mean it or not, say sorry, sit back in your house and just be a bit human. I'm not here to judge people. I'm not the best of character in the world. I mean, I am one of those people I don't know. If it was not for education, I think maybe I won't even be respected anywhere else because I speak my mind, my thoughts, and my stupidity, and I don't care. Today I'm this, tomorrow I'm that. The only thing I know is that I speak my truth. I don't say the truth, my truth, because there are always the two sides of a story. I speak my truth. My truth right now is let people mourn their own way. Let's respect mourners and let's respect the dead. It is not too much to ask. It is never too much to ask because we would want to be accorded the same respect and the same consideration, white us who are in those same shoes. Anyway, I was saying as a Migogo right now, we could be there, you know, welcoming visitors. Chefs are cooking there. Then we have what in-laws, that tent, that tent, that tent. Hey, I'm telling you, in Lowland, funeral is business. It is where you get to know which orche means in-law, which in-laws are most respected in the home. So you see the ones who are being taken to eat in the tent and the ones who are being taken to eat in the house. So that is how you know where you are respected or not. So you'll find that families who are modest, nowadays they have one tent for all in-laws. So they know all in-laws are going to go there, whether it is in-law of the person who has the most money or the least money in the home, all the in-laws go to one tent. Yeah. And then you have other tent for visitors or for workmates and stuff like that. So you can always have like the tent for visitors, for classmates, or maybe in-laws can be served inside the house or something like that. But in a Luo funeral, if we don't eat, we'll say we have gone with our own stomach. I've seen one of the MPs, like I said, I'm not naming names, has contributed 15 sacks of maize and 15 cows. Damn, kudos. You understand culture, man. That guy understands culture, and I respect him for that. That's very good. That's very good. Yeah, he understands that Luos, we respect our people. Because when people go to a funeral, it is not just to mourn the dead. It is to keep company the living, to make them know we are still here with you. And if we are there to mourn, we have to eat. We have to try and put a smile on your face, by the way. So those who are saying, yo, that person is not even in a funeral, why are they smiling? Because, yes, when we remember the jokes that Raila said, we will laugh and we will smile, and that is how we remember our dead. Okay? So let us mourn the way we know how. Let us wail. Hmm? Yeah. Let us wail. Yeah. Allow us to wail. Allow us to just be ourselves, Allow us to chant. Obama! Hey! Joey! Joey! Mos na mino. Mos na dori. Mos na dori nyako nyango. Mos na dori nyako nyango. Late. I don't want to spoil my makeup. Hey. Mos na dori. Hey. Late baba late. I'm not a political sycophant, but you can't ignore. You can't ignore someone who has made significant contributions to the country like Baba. Yeah. Oba onyakalaga nyasaye maneno ling. Hey. Late Baba late. Hey, late. Yaket makeup adhi bed piny. Ane jogi kayuagi. Adhi bed piny ane jogi kayuagi. Adhi bed piny ane jogi kayuagi Baba. Yeah. Adhi bed piny ane jogi kayuagi Baba. Hey. Yeah. Adhi abudh liel e dier oda. Adhi abudh liel e dier oda nikech ok anyal chopo bondo. Adhi abudh liel e dier oda nikech ok anyal chopo bondo Baba. Anyway. Wado. The question is, what is your part in all this process? What are you doing to make the country better? Yes, Raila is gone. Yes, you don't respect him anymore. Yes, it doesn't matter to you. What are you doing? What are you doing to make it better for your children in the next generation? What are you doing? Yeah. For now, all I can say, I always say I support the president in power. I mean, even Raila did. Raila always supported the president in power. I always support the president power. By the way, that's why I don't speak politics, because I believe in giving everyone a fair chance. If he's Ruto now, Ruto is the one in power, we support him. The next person who will be in power will support him, because when Winnie gets to power in those 20 years, I will expect us all to support her. But now Ruto is in power. Whether it goes for 1 term, 2 terms, the question is who next after Ruto? Then after that, who? Is it time for Winnie, or when? When is the time for Winnie? What I know is that let's give Winnie time. The next 15, 20 years, let us give her time to grow. And even the current president, give Winnie a chance to learn the administration of inside there. Yes, because when you leave, it will be time to give women a chance. We have many women, yes, of course, but the Gen Z, we need their time after Ruto. Whether it is in 2032, yeah, or when, or 2027, I don't know. I'm not a politician. But when Ruto is done, who is next? And when that who is next is done, will Winnie be ready? Will your child be ready to be right there? Will your daughter be ready to be right there? Because we need our children to be ready to be in those positions of power. It is not just about opposition. It is about bringing up children in the right way, that they understand what the Constitution is. They understand our history. Yes, we are saying, oh, the current Constitution, the current CG curriculum, CBC, is not having enough history. It is your role as a parent to sometimes tell these stories to our children. Let us tell them who was the first president, what happened, the second president, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and of course, Baba, our prime minister. Ask yourself, why is Ruto respecting Raila this much? Because he understands the contribution he brought to this country. So why would you pretend that you do not understand? His Excellency William Ruto here. Raila supported him, so why can't we? Let's support Ruto. And after he's done, let's support whoever the world will choose next. Because, guys, everyone has their fair chance. It's like when you open a business, hata kama ni salon or hotel hapo kando, it does not mean that other people should not open business near there. Everyone has a customer. Everyone will always have a customer. As a theater person, one weekend we always have like even 5 or more concerts in this town. But we can't say, because so is having theirs, I'll not have mine. No, everyone has their customers. I mean, you can only have one. In the Kenyan current scene, most of the halls can only host 1,000 maximum at a time. I mean, of course, the people who can afford those halls that host 3,000 and above, sio wengi. Hiyo sio watu wa ligi yetu. Hiyo ni watu wa ligi ile ingine. Sisi bado hatujafika hapo, but we will get there. So the thing is this, there's something for everyone. One thing you need to ask yourself is, will you be ready when the time is there? And what is your contribution as a citizen in this country in making it better for your child to enjoy the referendum that Raila so fought for, to make the Constitution of 2010 become a reality? Will you have done your part to make your child respect the flag, respect the national anthem? Do you guys even ever listen to what the words of the national anthem say? Hey. As the Luos, when we go to funeral, we dress up. We dress up well. Let me wear my dress and come back. Hey, yes. Nyarokot Nyarji, yes. As a Luo, you don't have to dress up because you're going somewhere. We dress for the occasion. The occasion is to mourn Raila. Yes, I'm dressed in black in respect of Raila Amollo Odinga. Today and tomorrow, warwako lewni marotenge. Wamiyo Raila luoro. Yeah, I choose to mourn this way because it is the only way I know how to. Yeah. Yeah, pani uwache kende mokadhiro wako lakini maybe unyalo neno lawa. Oh, sorry. I have gone back to the national language. I was saying maybe shoes are the only thing I might not need to wear because I'm in the house. But let me put this in a place where you can see my dress. Let me just a minute. Yes, me go has to show up well in a funeral, and so I have chosen to wear this one today. Launi, let me tell the camera Martin. Yeah, you'll allow me to add in my low words. Yes. Let me dress like a migogo. You know, traditionally, at a wedding like this, that is where the aunties will be very busy identifying those in-laws who have come with visitors to hook up single women like me to get somebody. So you have to dress well for a funeral like this. So we are dressing well. We are mourning, but we are dressing well and going there to welcome visitors. So we will welcome visitors in our own way. Yes, my people. When a funeral happens, all the beautiful women of that home have to come near. They have to come for the funeral for that 1 week or 2 weeks to welcome visitors so that they can say, hey, I'm the girls of that home. Yes. So right now, Nilu will dress up because the girls of that home, hey. Nyiri madalano beyo. So that they can have more of their sons come to marry from there. And even where the mothers are married, they can have, in Luo culture, people from your mother's side can marry you. So people from the mother's side, like right now, people from Akina Ida's side can come and marry girls from Bondo. So, Niluo, dress up when going for that funeral. Show up. Show up. Yes. Joey! Hey! Raila Amollo. Ikoso nwa baba. Ikoso nwa itimo marach. Noka mosi lakini. Nitiyo nwa ndi. Nitiyo nwa ng'at ma wuondore no kia to wuondore. Nitiyo nwa matek baba. Nyasaye mondo ket chunyi kama okwe. Beduru gi kwe jokanyana. Let's have peace throughout this morning season. Yeah, let's mourn Raila in respect.